Hello and welcome to Dungeon Pop. This is Dungeon Sphere episode 29. We are so close to 30, everyone. The Tratennial. I actually don't know if there's actually a name for like the 30th thing of anything. There's an anniversary like thing, because there's like the wood anniversary, the 10 anniversary, and then 30 has to be something interesting or very boring. Anyway, if you are tuning in currently, you may have tuned in before, but if you have not, here's what you need to know. Dungeon Sphere is a giant sphere that floats in the sky, and it is a mega dungeon. But each level is like a new sort of like scenario. And each scenario comes with its own challenges, unique twists, surprises, and craziness. And it actually gives my players a lot of stress and anxiety sometimes. Especially why, like, what spells do I prepare?
Clerics just get a ton of spells, and some of them are very situational. And I'm like, is this the situation?
I was actually counting them. I was actually counting them up the other day because one of my players is a wizard. I'm having a new player, and he's a wizard, and he only took the like 6 spells and the 2 you get each level, and I'm like, you actually, like, you're level 8, you should have more. And so I'm like, let's just do 2 more spells per level. And then he's like, wait, that's a total of 35, that's so many spells. I'm like, is that a lot of spells? And then I went and started counting clerics. I'm like, wait, clerics have like 80 by level 8. Yeah. So you're okay. We'll find you some more too.
No, I know I have access to a lot of spells, and I have, of that, I maybe prepare like a quarter.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you only get a certain amount.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I have 22 prepared right now, if anybody wants to know.
Whoa! Guess what? In 12 days, there's a new show happening. And we already had the session 0.
Yes.
/ test run / I need to figure out my computer specs because there were some choppy moments. But anyway, we'll talk. But yeah, so it is an adventure in a domain of delight called Vecipicara, which was created by Melissa, who plays Braenna in this show.
It's me!
And it was what Melissa had entered into the DM challenge that was run by D&D themselves, and it was pretty cool, and she got the 4th and deserved to be in the top 3 because that stupid like food domain of delight, whatever, is just dumb. I hated it. Like there was like a spaghetti bush or something, and it was just stupid. I'm like, I will never play that. I will never touch that. This is not Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Meatland.
Meatlandia. Meatland sounds like something you would find in Rick and Morty. Like,
I'm pretty sure you did.
Kind of,
but it's fine.
I mean, there's also in A Crown of Candy.
Yes.
The Meatlands.
Yep.
Yeah, but Brendan Mulligan makes it work, okay?
Oh, Brendan can make anything.
I love him.
I love that man.
And also, people should follow FO Vecipicara on @FO Vecipicara on Twitter, because I'm putting some fun stuff and I have to do my thing for today still. I've been doing some stuff. FO
stands for Fountains of.
Yes.
So Fountains
because
of.
Because I couldn't make it. I couldn't make the whole thing. It was too much.
You know what? I realized that I'm super critical on myself when I'm designing, because when I went to Twitter today to like retweet something, I saw the image of like Fountains of Vecipicara with like starting Monday, blah blah blah, and I'm like, wait, that looks really good. And so now I'm proud of myself.
Because you weren't blazed out of your mind.
When I was working on it the second time, I was completely sober.
I love when Dev says things and you're like, yeah.
The first time, I was definitely like zooted. All right.
Yeah, that's starting January 31st. Right here. That's a Monday. 7 p.m. CST with these two, I think? Yeah. This way. I did it right. These 2 plus 4 new friends. We have character art. I will be premiering that probably next week on the Twitter, so definitely follow there. And yeah, it'll be a good time.
Beautiful. 2 questions for Melissa. Melissa, have you changed your name yet on Zoom?
I have not. Don't mind the craziness on the cameras. It's fine.
It's okay. We'll just dox you a little bit. People know your name. You're in the DM challenge.
It's true.
And then the second thing, did you start recording?
I did, though it was definitely 5 seconds into you talking the first bit, so it's fine.
That's okay. It was like, wait, I didn't ask. I gotta ask because the first time I don't ask is when it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
All right.
I have my new pretty that has a record button right on it. It's very handy.
It looks like something you can use to like make beats too, like boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom, boom.
Like a MIDI.
I have heard that there is a way that you can do like macros and things and make stuff just pop up on the stream for funsies at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows?
Jacob's got one too. Also, Melissa, I also forgot to change my name as well, so you were not alone.
Everything is fine.
And my name is long as fuck. Anyway, hello everyone. We're gonna do a recap of what happened last time. Last time you entered the checkpoint after jumping on the ship, back on the ship, running from depth. He kind of just like appeared, and then he was like.
And then he was a sad boy.
Yeah, he was sad. He stole his book, but he was still sad. He might not have killed you. He might have just like turned you into mushrooms and then kept you. Who knows? So
a fate worse than death.
you hopped back on the ship and you found a door that looked like a challenge room door or trauma door, but above it is a sign that said checkpoint. So they were apparently cutting costs when they were coming up with the 3D assets for the dungeon sphere. You enter in and you think that everything is going to be just a grand old time, and the first thing one of you notices is that the forge is now the Ironbeard Forge. And so Braenna got to hang out with her pa. So that was pretty cool. He might be a steadfast character. He just kind of like pulled some strings and he's like, now I'm in here, but I can't give you any deals because of a contract. So
Still think you should tell some secrets. It's fine.
Contract. And yeah, we had some other fun shenanigans happen at the store. Some good times with Claudulius. And you met Olive Branch and Rip Stormclaw. I don't think you've gone to the inn, but you see that the inn's name is Hospitalities, and you go in. I might have said that already. And that is... Oh, there's also Nebazar's Mundane Menagerie, which is essentially just like all of the mundane stuff that you could get. That's where you would get the beads of nourishment, refreshment, and a prosthetic limb if you just so happen to lose a limb or needed a replacement. And there's also Regalia's Bathhouse and Spa, which Moxie and Canari and the Constable thoroughly enjoyed. Eating rocks, cherries, and just, you know, hanging out naked. Like best friends do. So.
The way you do in a hot springs.
Yeah, exactly. Onsen. So. Despite all the luxury and the relaxation and such, the stress relief did not last, because while you were in the tavern and while Braenna and her dad were having a deep conversation about Andrew's fate and some questions that Braenna might need to ruminate upon. That's the word of the week, by the way. I've used ruminate like 5 different times this week. I don't know what's going on with my brain. Anyway, Umbran burst into the conversation.
Didn't burst, okay? I very politely interrupted.
Waited for us to spill all the tea, and then it was like, oh, hi, I've been here the whole time. No worries.
I had stuff to do, and you guys were too.
Then another team entered, and it was Team Triumph. You have no connections with them, but you did hear that they had some complaints, some grumblings. Canari did have a stare down with this little gnome guy. Yeah, Trixon Slipskit. Pretty cool guy, always has a coffee cup. And he ended up being part of Team Nightwalker, who walked in last. But before Team Nightwalker walked in, it was Team Empyrean, which caused quite a stir because Sizzle charged and there was drama, and then Normak wanted to just be mean to all of you, but then Vrexil put her in a bubble. So she got bubblified just like Steven Universe, and we had some of that other fun stuff, some deliberation in a bedroom about something. I think
there's a conversation with someone, wasn't there?
Yes.
Moxie had a conversation with Hawking.
Oh yeah. Yep. You two talked. You learned that you're dying. No big.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I missed that part.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, so you either are this or you're burning out your life force and you will die if you keep using your radiant energy.
Okay.
Just gonna add that to
I think the more
Astrid's notes.
exciting part is that we learned about maybe there's a cult involved. So
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
excited
real
about
bad
that.
during that.
Yeah, a cult that Normak might be involved with.
Yeah.
And so,
Because
I
Normak knows
will-
entirely too much shit.
she
Yeah.
does. She knows way too much. But so did Zinnia, so what's going on? Nobody knows. So, oh, and you also learned that Scorndon did make it to Team Genie, and Team Genie, Team Kraken, Dragon, and the
Hydra.
Team Hydra. I was like, Hydra. Yeah, Hydra. I should say Hydra, but then I didn't
Get
say
on the
Hydra.
Hydra's back.
Yep, they all made it to the next level. So what's going on? Nobody knows. Okay, who wants to start?
It's gotta be.
Well, Braenna's probably still drinking with her dad, so.
Yeah, so we are currently in the tavern. I think everybody is in the tavern at the moment. Rick
Canari.
Stormclaw just...
Ran out, so she's not.
Canari's on the roof.
Oh yeah, Canari jumped out, Twilight Sanctuary, jumped up onto the roof, and is now staring at the artificial moon and stars above.
I
It
want
looks
to
like
do
an actual
Rexil's
sky.
bit. I want to meet Rexil's mom. Mom,
All
mom,
right,
mom,
time
mom,
for
mom,
mommy issues. Let's go.
So Vrexil is very slowly, one stare at a time. Like,
I feel like by the time he's like halfway up, not Canari, Moxie would have come out and seen him and be like, do you want to
You guys
lift?
pass each other.
I got it. It's okay.
Okay. And then she'd continue
Leave
to
the
go
gnome
find
some
Canari.
dignity, okay? He's got to get
Hey.
upstairs himself.
He's a friend and stairs are hard.
MISSISSINDEPENDENT Miss Independent.
I feel like I had a stroke in that moment. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I was like,
I can spell.
When they cheerlead at, like, games and they're spelling and you're like, no, wait, no, start over. It's been a long day at work.
Yeah.
Be like those kids at the spelling bee, like spelling it out in the air with their fingers.
I do that.
All right, Vrexil.
All right.
You slowly make your way to the rooms, up a little incline of stairs, and just there's this hallway. You actually see one of the members of Triumph, the one who looks like almost like a traditional witch. She appears out of a room and she wipes away a tear. She gives you a nod as she passes by, but otherwise doesn't say anything.
Okay. This kind of gives like an awkward, sort of the weird half smile, and then
She just
looks at the room. It's like,
she looks at you and she's like, "Hey, you don't have to smile.
oh,
You're not obligated."
I appreciate that.
And then she leaves.
Okay, how does this? Rex opens the door, goes on in, just kind of like looks around, unfamiliar with this procedure.
Everyone's on the edge of the seats.
And then we'll just sort of like say out loud into the ether, like Harry Potter, the flu powder, just sort of like Fulfina, Sagenstein, Pebble Pocket, McPuffet.
He goes, call my mom.
Nothing happens. And you remember long ago when you were being instructed on these mirrors that you were supposed to touch the rim of the mirror to activate it.
Yeah, okay.
And the runes light up and the form or the reflective surface starts shimmering and becoming almost like a liquid looking appearance.
Mhm.
And suddenly there is a room full of books, a table, everything is neatly stacked. It seems to be organized alphabetically, and you see a woman who is currently busy transcribing a book written in Gnomish to Common.
Oh,
A familiar practice. You've seen her do that before.
that's par for the course in the McPuffet household. Just sort of, Mom?
Oh, hello.
Hey. Hi. It's me.
Who?
I can do that.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Oh, this is I'm Vrexil von Chomsky Sagenstein McPuffet.
I don't know him.
Oh.
I had a son at one point who had a name like that, but he's dead to me now.
Mom, you're not good enough at jokes to do this.
Not a joke. My little boy went into the dungeon sphere all weak and frail. He left us. Despite my warnings.
But now he's done really well and you're really proud of him?
If you want to believe that, sure.
Okay. I'll choose to believe that. Is Dad around? Maybe?
No, he stepped out.
Okay. Well. What are you translating?
Oh, well, this is a record of Gnomish history in regards to their relations to the northern dwarven kingdoms, and I thought it would be best to translate to Common, donate it to a library.
Oh, is that a Tasseltuft Kendermore? He's great. He's wonderful.
Exactly. Maybe I do have a son.
I'll make you proud yet, Mom.
I can't quite keep up this facade, but she just holds her hand close to her mouth. She's kind of like holding back some some emotions. She steels herself. What is it you want?
Well, I wanted to say hi. First of all, it's been a while.
I do miss you, and I thought you would call by now.
I know it was a sore subject. I know you don't approve. I don't know. I didn't want to rub it in your face. Is all. That I'm here and just be like, hi. I'm doing the thing you told me not to do. Hi. Doing the thing that you think's gonna cause me to die. Hi. Just thought, just kind of do my thing and but we've kind of we ran into something that I didn't really know what to do. And we came out okay, and we ended up getting something that I actually think might be really interesting for you. Here, Vrexil's gonna pull out the Oinoloth vial they took, and you can send things through this thing, right?
Yes, I believe that when they instructed us, if you put it on the table in front of you, and then once again press the sigil on the left, it will send things over.
It's this one right here. If I hang up on you, I'm sorry.
And suddenly the vial disappears and reappears in her vicinity. And she goes and she grabs it, she swirls it around. Well, put a pause on my little hobby of transcribing to put on the infectious disease expert.
Put on the other hat. Yeah, I am.
Yes. She actually leaves the screen and then she comes back with a different hat on.
You're awfully prepared.
Always.
We ran into something that I identified as an Oinoloth. had all the trademark features, and it talked about things that it seemed to know about the nomophage and diseases. We ended
Did
up.
it say nomophage, or was that in deduction of yours?
Mostly a deduction, not in those words precisely. It mentioned deals done against our people, which, I mean, the historical record, there's a plethora of examples, but the most obviously historically prominent one, just sort of the balance of probability states that would probably mean that. But also it's kind of confusing because, I mean, how could that thing be here, and how does...
Vrexil, I'm going to stop you there. The thing I taught you is to always follow your intuitions.
Yeah.
And your deductions are usually accurate. She swirls it around a little bit more. She uncorks it, sniffs it. Oh,
I wouldn't do that.
who's the expert? She corks it again. I see. Well, because the nomophage isn't quite as present these days, I will need something to compare it to.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And again, who knows with kind of how this place is constructed, I guess. Whether that's something that was summoned, whether it's an illusion, whether... I don't know exactly.
Yes. Well, anyway, I need your blood.
Oh.
Yes, the residuals of the nomophage in your blood. If I match them up with the markers in this toxin, I might be able to figure something out.
Well, that's... I mean, I guess that's...
Also, when I was studying those infected, the reactions between the disease and the blood of the gnomes had a very specific reaction, and I might be able to use that to determine if this is truly the cause or not.
I think I remember you writing about that. It was one of the things I transcribed. This is exactly why I wanted to give this to you. Okay. Vial of blood. That's, honestly, just kind of looks down at, like, the various, like, he took a lot of damage a little bit and hasn't rested.
Oh, no. She's not saying anything about it.
So probably just, like, finds a little, like, partially healed over wound from the last fight and just kind of like, ow. Okay. And has, like, a very, very tiny, like, thimbleful little vial and boop, boop.
And she grabs it.
What about this?
She sniffs it.
How he'll get.
You are Vrexil. Confirmed.
Mom's a little bit of a freak.
She goes and puts it into like a little place where it can be stored safely and not be tainted. Now your father. He's been very distraught about your absence. And he's beginning to lose his hair.
Oh no.
Yes, it's been affecting him very, very greatly. I tried to reassure him. I told him that I could prepare some sort of tincture to help regrow it. But he's going through a difficult time.
I know the workload gets really busy. I mean, nobody's quite as fast as I was. I get that.
But
I tried to get ahead of work, though. To be honest, I mean, I really think...
Yes. You should always be trying to get ahead of work.
Oh, of course. I mean...
If you don't get ahead of work and it gets ahead of you, tragedy, disaster.
Just absolute chaos. But, no, I mean, he should be good through... I mean, how long we've been here. Yeah, he should be good all the way through, like the northern herbology section.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much until we're out of here, basically. So,
right. There's also something else that is distressing your father.
Okay.
He doesn't want me to tell you this, but your father was quite a ladies' man back in the day. And he is worried that you take a little too much after me in that department. And you know, I'm uncomfortable with it. I probably would have been married to my work if it wasn't for your father's persistence.
What?
I'm sure you can deduce what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say it.
Really
I don't want to
can't.
speak it. I don't want to say it out loud.
I really can't. What?
You cannot.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, Vrexil, your nose is too much in your little gadgets and machines and such. You should always be wary of the psychology of those around you.
Have I negatively impacted the psychology of my team?
No. It appears as though according to your father, there might have been advances from some of the other teammates that you have been blissfully, in my opinion, ignorant of.
I mean, I know Umbran's gotten a close look at the armor, but like, come on.
Well, you should watch out for that Umbran. I believe he would be a distraction if you two were to engage in any sort of romantic relationship, let alone coitus.
I don't think it works that way.
It may. You don't know what he has been.
Know. It's true.
You don't know what he has been equipped with.
That, though, would probably do even more psychological damage, so I don't know.
I don't like any of it. We are done talking about this topic. I will get back to you as soon as I can about this poison and this toxin, disease, infection, whatever it is. And just make sure that you call your poor mother from time to time.
Yeah.
I've already written anonymous complaints to the local newspapers and asked advice sections on why is my son not talking to me? And complaining about it and how I failed as a mother because he doesn't want to speak to his mother, even though I expressed my disappointment and his decisions and everything. What?
Did you write anonymous letters talking about your son in the dungeon sphere, your gnome son in the?
No.
Okay.
I pretended to be an elf and talked about my poor son in the dungeon sphere.
Okay. Does Dad know about that?
No, it's anonymous. Do you not know the meaning of
Okay.
anonymous?
I know the etymology of the word anonymous. I was talking about the social. Okay. Well, I will be sure to call when we get to these checkpoints.
Right.
I'm curious to see what you can do with that. And I mean, I know with your research it was just I know how important it was to you, and I thought maybe that'd be a little peace offering for walking out, you know?
Yes. And you know what? I will return the favor. Here. She grabs something. It's this little box, and then she puts it down, and she presses the button, and it teleports in front of you. There you are.
What is it?
Open it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little ring box. And when you open it, you know, like those little like petri dishes with like samples and such. That is a sample of dragonpox. If you give it to somebody, it will knock them out and riddle them with pox all over their body for 24 hours.
For just 24 hours?
Yes, it's the dragon pox, not the dragon pneumonia.
Did you just send me a biological weapon through the...
Why, yes, I did. I did.
I'm so proud of you.
It's very much not deadly, but if you cause someone to maybe ingest it, or drink it, or maybe in a like nice little warm tea for 24 hours, they will act as though they have been under a deal of exhaustion. So essentially, if someone gets this disease, they have 2 levels of exhaustion for 24 hours. But it doesn't take effect for an hour, so it's not something that you can just do immediately. And I know that there are wards in the where you at right now, because I have been paying attention from time to time. But
Watching, huh? Kind of gives like a
yes, purely a
you.
research standpoint.
Research only. I understand.
Because I mean, I wouldn't be watching for a son that I don't have. Left me. I'm sorry. I'm not used to these emotions, and I don't know how to act. My jokes are not coming off like I thought they would.
I'm coming back. Don't worry.
She like turns, and you see her like wipe away a little bit, steals herself again. Right. Well, I need to finish transcribing this text for your father. You know that I am the fastest among us when it comes to transcriptions.
I mean,
you're a close second, my dear.
Okay, now I have motivation to get out of here. All right.
But then after this, I do have to do a little bit of research as to why there is a sudden dancing plague in the West End.
Wait, what?
A dancing plague. Everybody starts dancing, and then, like, if a person sees someone dancing, then the other person starts dancing, and it's very weird infection spreading from one to another. Yes, that is my current objective.
Well, if you find a way to distill that into a biological weapon, you could send that too. I mean, who knows at this point?
That is a fantastic idea. I must get started on that at once. And then she hangs up.
And just kind of at like the empty mirror, just sort of like, say hi to Dad. Kind of looks at the, like, I don't even.
It looks like scales on the inside.
Maybe Canari will know what to do with this. And kind of sits in the room for a second and enjoys the quiet and just like.
Wasn't Umbran looking for you earlier? Or was that Canari? You were looking for Canari.
Umbran was gonna go out to that for Canari.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Vrexil will turn around and leave.
All right. Flash over to whoever needs to go to Claudulius' store. Braenna, your father will accompany you, and roll me a Constitution check.
Oof, only a 9 on the dice.
It's against alcohol, so you do have advantage because you're not a dwarf.
Well, that's worse. So 16.
You're a little tipsy. You're just like, you probably can't walk in a straight line for too far.
Dad, I think we should go to.
His cheeks all rosy, and he's just smiling.
To who's his toes? That one guy that does things. Dad, I think we should go. Dad, you coming?
Yeah. Oh wow, Red.
Dad,
it's about time.
Okay, let's go.
Wait.
And she like grabs his hand and like drags.
Wait, no.
No, we're going. No. We're going to the.
Some of your other friends want to go. I was talking to them earlier about it.
Okay. Anyone else want to go to?
Canari's not there, but
I don't know who's here.
Umbran mentioned, I have 800 gold pieces, and then.
Anyone else want to go?
Anybody needs a loan.
Moxie, I think, headed over there.
Already?
After she got out with her thing, yeah.
All right, so you and your dad go, and you sort of see Moxie already walking that direction.
Moxie!
Hey.
I'm going to the Magic Adams places.
Oh yeah, I forgot to pick something up. And
I have lots of
made
things.
Some bad purchases,
There's
seeing that beforehand, but it's fine.
I've heard
I
there's
forgot to tell you what the drink specials are at the sunken ship, the sunken sailor. First, there is the iceberg, which is a delicious mint with a white-blue sort of glow to it when it hits the light. Then there's the shipwrecker. It's a clear alcohol that had been marinated with a spicy hot pepper in it that had marinated a spicy hot pepper within it for 24 hours and has a slight red tint. And then there's a wet my whistle special where he could just kind of like throws together something and then gives it to you.
Cool.
What?
You just got barrels of ale.
Yes, we did. But yeah, Brandon's like, I have some gold burn a hole in my pocket, and I would like to buy some things, so we should go to the magic store. And my dad's coming too. So we walk.
Wait.
Which is the? Do you know where it is? I haven't been there yet.
Oh yeah, come on. I went there earlier, and again, probably bought some things I shouldn't, knowing what I know now. Let's go.
As you walk
Wait.
in, the bell dings. And Claudius, he is actually on a like tall ladder, reaching up to one of the top shelves, kind of like putting things up there, and he turns and looks at all of you.
Hi, Dooley. Can I call you that, Dooley? Because that's a lot easier than your whole name, which is really long.
No, you may not.
Okay, Dooley. I want some stuff.
Might I interest you in a deck of illusions?
Don't do it.
No. I heard there was a thing that can make ale all the time, and I would like that place.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have what you seek! And then lightning crackles in the distance, even though it's like a clear sky out. And then he climbs down from his ladder slowly. It's like all dramatic, but then he's like, climbing down. He gets to the end, and then he's like, so you're looking for an alchemy jug?
Yes, please. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is a jug that produces liquids, including...
Then yes, I like that place.
Which one? I have 3 varieties.
God, I don't remember which one we said. I want one of them. I don't
Do you
know.
want one that produces acid so that you can burn the faces off of your enemies?
You need an orange.
Or would you
Orange?
like one that produces hot tea?
Is that orange?
Which also
Yuri?
can burn the faces off your enemy? Because it's boiling.
Is that the orange one?
That is the blue one. And
Oh.
then that is the orange one, which produces liquid. Nope. Beer.
Beer.
Honey, mayonnaise, oil, soy sauce, vinegar.
Ooh,
Also
that might be.
vinegar.
Oh, maybe that can be. Maybe it can make some stuff for Canari, so you can make. So she can make some stuff. That's good stuff.
Well,
Yes,
actually, all of them
orange.
contain vinegar, so you can get.
That one. Orange.
All right, that one.
That one.
Yeah, grabs it, and he checks the price tag. It's kind of like just tied on a little like string, kind of like an antique shop, and then he.
Mm.
Not many people have actually asked for this, so it's quite interesting that you were interested. But this will be 55 gold pieces.
Okay. And she puts like a handful of gold on the counter. I also want. I heard there was anvil. I would like that place.
5, 6, 7. Oh, yes, the shrinking anvil. That makes it portable.
That would be very handy. I would like that place.
That one is very expensive, with a price tag of... He goes over, grabs a tiny little anvil. 250 gold pieces. 252.
Oh, okay. And she pulls some more gold out.
Right.
And then she's gonna wander around a little bit and find the dread helm. And be like, what does this thing do?
It makes your eyes glow menacingly red and strikes fear into the hearts of your enemies.
Dad, I can make my eyes glow red. What do you think? Think that'd be cool? Dad? Dad?
It would be kind of creepy.
It would be so cool. I would like that too, please.
Especially with your blood weapon.
Alright, well,
Oh my god.
in its current state, I wouldn't recommend putting it on your head because of the fin that you have. But I can adjust it real quick to make it fit.
Yes! This could be so cool.
Alright, bring it here!
Brings it over. Oh my god.
Thank you. Now hold it for me.
I got it. Brace
And
yourself.
then he reaches into his pocket and then pulls out some sand and then he tosses it onto the dread helm. And then he whispers the words, Akudla. And then suddenly it changes and now it has a slot for your mohawk.
Nice. Oh my god, that's amazing.
I didn't need the sand. That was for flair.
Very flairful. Flary?
Thank you.
Flare?
I just like to be recognized
flarific?
sometimes.
Good job. I appreciate your face.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
How much?
He blushes. I don't get compliments often.
How much for the helm, though? Because you haven't told me that yet.
Oh! Well, probably just like 10 gold pieces.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
So Braenna has put
11.
You already said 10.
You already said 10 though.
I changed my mind. Okay, 9.
Okay.
I take back the compliment.
Braenna has put
I'm
a total
sorry.
of how much ever gold that was. 252 plus 55 plus 9. I don't even know. I could math it in my head right now, but I don't want to, so it's fine.
Plus 55 is
307, 316. It's fine. That's what I did. I put that much gold on the table. Okay, Dad, what do you think? I got some pretty cool stuff. What do you think we should pull out of this jug first? Dad.
What are the options?
Beer and ale. I know that. That was important.
I heard honey. I would love some honey right now.
You know what I could do? I put it in my bag. I should just look in my bag. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I knew all sorts of cooking stuff, like mayonnaise. I bet that would be pretty slippery. And oil?
This is a lot of thinking that I wasn't prepared for. Let's just do the beer. That's easiest.
Okay, I think we need some things to hold it in because it can make a lot of beer. Do we have stuff?
We have our mouths to hold it in.
You're not wrong.
I would like to do a keg stand with the alchemy jug.
Bray's like, you do half, and I'll do half. Though I don't know if I can tell how much is half. So be careful when you get too full. You just let me know, and I'll switch.
It produces 4 gallons of beer.
4 gallons? That's not a lot. Why was it only that little?
It's the limits of the jug. I'm sorry if my alchemy jug isn't good enough for you, but
it's
gonna get 2 alchemy jugs, 1 in each hand.
I don't have enough money for that. Okay, well that's fine. It'll do for now. Here go Dad. Here, ready? Dad, you ready? You ready? Wait for what?
Wait! Why are you doing it in my shop?
I think you have to go outside for that.
What if you spill?
Why would we do that?
I don't know.
We're not gonna spill. This is
Right.
not the dwarven. Why would we waste perfect good ale on the floor? That is not where that goes.
Well, don't spill any of it. I can't deal with any more tiny beer elementals walking around.
This can make beer elementals.
No, only in my shop.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
That would be cool if it could
New
make.
idea. We get the water weird tank and we pour beer in it.
Actually,
Make a beer weird.
if you're interested in why that is, it is actually a cleaning system. Because if you spill any liquids on the floor and then it turns into a thing that can just walk away, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's actually pretty cool.
Brilliant. Vrexil would be so happy with that.
But yeah, give me just one.
In the back, you hear the closet that was kind of like the thing. You hear it like, oh dear. What else do you need?
You should go check on that.
No. It's fine.
Dad, you ready?
No.
You ready,
What do
Dad?
you want? Hello, Moxie. Hello.
Hey, yeah. So if I wanted to maybe sell back that dog figurine, how much would that get me? Maybe, possibly. I don't remember how much I paid for it.
Didn't you just buy that from me?
Yeah, but there's some stuff that I realized when I was walking away and having a discussion that I would maybe want more. So I'll come back for it. Don't worry. But
Okay. Remind me again. How much did I sell it to you for?
I mean, you probably sold it to me for like 1 second. Hang on.
for
Definitely
way
not
more than
trying
I actually bought it
to
for.
do,
You can trust me. I'm-
math right now for the exact amount that I would need.
I already don't need that.
I know, so I can't see how much it's worth.
I actually have a 24-hour return policy.
Okay.
That's nice.
Well, I definitely probably paid 437 for it.
That's a lie.
I don't remember, but I'd be really grateful if you did take it for that.
How about 83?
That seems like not a lot.
Well, I don't think I sold it to you for that much.
What about like 100 flat?
Mm,
And then when I come back to purchase it, I'll pay you 100 again.
107.
What about yeah, you pay me 107 for this
Yes.
stuff? Okay,
Yes. All right.
That gets me a little bit closer to what I need.
Wait, how much do you need?
I need 437. I just said that.
Mhm.
To get
Oh,
the both
oh.
things that I want.
Oh.
What do you want, Moxie?
Well, I want to get that belt.
You do remember Umbran offering a loan.
I thought Umbran needed a loan.
No, Umbran
No.
was giving a loan. He had
I
800 and
got 800 gold.
he was like, wait, be right back. And then you use your monk speed to run to Umbran.
Just run. Umbran, I need money.
Yes, of course. I'd be glad to. How much do you require?
437 gold.
I will give you 437 gold.
I'll write it down so that I remember I owe you that. Okay, and then Moxie will run back and
You see Braenna and her dad already finishing off the 4 gallons of beer.
that's a lot of
See,
beer.
See, Dooley, I told you it would be fine.
Do not call me that.
Why not? It's so much easier than your whole name, which is entirely too long.
Do you know anything about gnomes and the importance of names? You should ask your little friend Vrexil.
I was gonna
Call
say,
me
that's a pretty long
Cordelia, so
name.
call me
But-
nothing.
But here's the thing, Vrexil pretty short. Dooley's too long.
It's just a term of endearment.
I have 12 individual names and I give you 1.
But it is so long. That is entirely too long. Do you see mine
Get
is
out of my
Braenna's
shop!
2?
And then paper birds just flock out. And then they all start flying at you. And when they hit you, they like pierce your skin.
Well, that seems rude.
And then they start pecking at you. They're just like all over you, just like swarming you, almost like a swarm of bees all over you. Why?
Braenna's
why?
fully just standing there letting them and just... She's put the helm on so her eyes are glowing red. And it's just... I'm choking on my own breath. Hold on.
Alright.
Mom comes back and she's like, I don't know what's going on
Seems
here.
like I need the nuclear option. And then he pulls out a button.
Oh, wait. Wait, before you do that, can I buy stuff from you? I have money to spend now.
Oh yes, of course, money.
Okay, okay. And then Moxie's just gonna be like, to Braenna, go. I would like to get the Dragonhide belt and also the Amulet of Attunement.
Both are yours.
Sweet.
That will be. Oh, that's a lot of money.
That's why I needed a lot of money, and I realized sooner that I could have spent my own money better, but it's fine.
905 gold pieces.
What about just 900 even?
I cannot taggle this in the contract.
Oh, right, I forgot. Okay.
This
Oops, I just added that to my gold. One
You
moment.
just hear Braenna's dad. He's right. You know, Braenna, we should probably leave since I
Well, we
also have
fini-
to like be here.
we
I would want
finished
someone
this,
to
so it's
respect
fine.
my shop.
I was respecting his shop. I bought stuff from him. I was just not respecting his long name. It's too long.
He said, please don't drink in my shop, and you said, screw you, I'm doing it anyway. And your dad said, okay, I guess.
Yup.
Your dad just like awkwardly turns and walks out the door.
Braenna follows him. Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, Braenna's a brat.
No, Braenna's tipsy.
That's true. That's true. You become a brat when you're tipsy.
No, brat. She just didn't want to say the name. It was too
Oh.
long. Also, I can't hardly say it, so it's fine.
Well, my mother or your mom, your mother and I,
Mhm.
we usually didn't tell you, but you can get pretty bratty from time to time when you have something you want and something is standing in your way.
Okay. I feel like that can be not a bad thing.
Sometimes, no.
Okay.
Most of the time, no. Do you want to go drink more?
Yes.
Mm.
Because we ran out of
And then,
this.
Moxie, you are putting on your new dragonhide belts.
Well, I put my amulet on first, and then
Oh, yeah,
suddenly I can attune to one more item.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I know that D&D Beyond, there's no way to like change that, but we'll just whatever item doesn't like change your stats or spellcasting modifier or key save or whatever, you can unattune to that, but just pretend it's attuned.
I think I will probably have to unattune to the claw because that one I don't think. Oh no, that one gives me a +1 bonus. Shit.
You know, you could do is just make a copy of one of the items and remove the attunement requirement.
Yeah.
That is also an option, and we can work on that later.
Okay, we can. Yeah, we
If
can
you-
do that
if you-
later.
I can do that. I don't know if you've ever homebrewed on D&D Beyond.
I have not, and it does look like it. Additionally, like really, all the belt does is like changes the bonuses that for my saving throw DCs when I'm doing key feature stuff, and then I can regain points. So I don't even know if I really need that one to be like on my attunement list. It doesn't really like add anything the way that everything else does.
Yeah, I can figure something out. I got you. Now that is all taken care of, we're gonna flash over to Umbran.
After seeing Canari having stormed out and steps of night up to the roof, I would like to do some dope parkour shit to get up there and sit with her.
Umbran's just like in the splits as Moxie runs up to ask for a loan, just like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, I'm hanging from the rafters like upside down, about to like flip forward.
But it's very nonchalant when you're like, yeah, of course. You're just like, roll me an acrobatics check.
20.
Yeah, you gracefully get up almost like you are dancing and this is your stage. And you get up to the roof and you see Canari just sitting there, the stars of twilight swirling around her for a little bit.
I go over and I sit next to her and go, would you like to hug? It's okay. I know it must be.
Canari just like
No, it's
bear hugs
no, I
Umbran.
wouldn't. Oh.
And just like it. I don't think she's like sobbing loudly. I think she's just crying a little bit and just enjoys like the contact.
Will you be all right?
Yeah, I just Canari kind of pulls away and like lets you reset. No, Noramak just really got to me in a way that I didn't think she could, but she did, and what gives her the right to say anything mean about anybody else? There's literally no ground for her acting superior. We're all in the same boat. She's everything that's wrong with the Magisterium.
Some people are horrible, and they know that about themselves, but they don't want to be better. Some people feel good that they are terrible.
And they're fucking stupid.
Some people are just like that. I want to say that you shouldn't let their words affect you, but sometimes, most of the time, those terrible people are in powers of position, and they lord it over those under them.
You mean positions of power? You said powers
Shut
of
up,
position.
Bottom. Shut up.
I am not!
Get out of here! Got him! Doing a bit!
I wasn't gonna say anything.
We've all been respectful!
Oh my god.
I can't believe I
this is
just
a
got
very
called
serious
Bottom
scene. I'm
on a
trying not
live
to, like-
Twitch stream.
Okay. Whew.
Now all of China knows you're a bottom.
God damn it.
That's a lot of people.
Ooh. I'm not gonna be able to get through this scene.
Sorry, I
gotta stop
ruined
smiling.
it.
I gotta
I
stop
ruined
smiling.
it.
God, that was good. Now
Oh,
all
no.
of China knows.
Oh, no. I think Canari just is. I think she like sits and looks up at the sky for a little while, and then just goes. I know they're fake, but at least they're pretty.
It's been so long since we've seen real ones.
That's maybe the worst part of this whole thing. Just I can't. I think this is the furthest I've ever felt like, away. I mean, like, normally I'm used to the night sky and he's there, you know? But it just isn't. I mean, I can summon this, and she kind of gestures around to the fading Twilight Sanctuary and just. I don't know, it doesn't. I know we've done a lot of good things, every time we do something good, I just feel like we get beat back down. And it's never good enough, and it's never gonna.
I don't think that there'll ever be any good in the dungeon sphere. It's hard here. And it's supposed to be hard. The people here are supposed to test and push you so that you'll quit because it's easier for them in the long run. This whole game is just beating others down to achieve what you want. I wish I had something better to say than that, but
No, that's. Healing. People think healing is just all good. Sometimes you have to pop a bone back into its socket, or a joint has to be broken in order for a clean break to happen. Sometimes you have to amputate. It's not. Healing isn't pretty or good. It saves people, but it doesn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is that sometimes for the best things and the best way to move forward is to cut other things away. Or for something horrible to happen. I don't know. I'm sick of metaphors. I'm sick of this entire thing. But thank you.
speaking of unpleasant healing, I do need to talk to Braenna. And I think you should be there for that. I think the whole team should be there for that.
Okay. Do you need, do you want me to get everybody together after we... I think Vrexil's
yeah.
calling home.
This will definitely be something we should do away from.
Back on the ship, do you think?
No, in a room.
Oh. Right. Yep. Okay. I think I'm gonna try and catch up with Moxie. I heard her down there going to
Yeah,
the
she was
magic shop.
just here for money. Did you mention we needed money?
There's an amulet of health back at the
I gave
shop.
Moxie more than half of my money. I have 358 gold if you need it. I don't know if that's enough now.
I should only need. I could take. We could call it 300, and then I can give back. I think I only need 290 for that. And I was gonna sell the brooch of shielding, unless somebody really wanted it. I don't think any of us really need. We all have attuned items, and
Why don't you take all of this, and then you bring back whatever you don't need? Just to cover.
Okay. Can I hug you again? Canari just like brings you into like the warmest embrace ever. If you could breathe, you'd be constricted.
I'm new to hugging. I hope it's not uncomfortable for you.
No, it's. I like it. It's a different side of you. Magical boy, magical girl supremacy.
Yeah, that's our shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a room if you manage to find everyone else to gather.
I'll get them there.
Join me.
I gotta call my parents at some point too, but maybe that's best left for after.
It might be, yeah.
I'll buy.
It's gonna be entirely ridiculous, so please get through all of the sad drama stuff.
Yes,
first,
I've got to do sad things first,
Okay.
and then we'll.
Okay, I'll go.
Whoa.
I'll be back. I can't fly anymore, so you might hear some thuds on the way down.
Do you want me to catch you at the bottom with my
I do.
negative strength mod?
I'd have a lot of. Canari looks down at the chainmail she's wearing and like all the 150 pounds of gear on her.
I think
Just
maybe
goes-
at this point you might hear Braenna and her dad singing like dwarven drinking songs coming down the road.
Oh, your dad is
Grappling hook.
asleep on the table now.
I'm gonna grab Canari around the waist and I'm gonna jump off and dramatically grappling hook us to the bottom.
You're grabbing her, like holding her as you're
Yeah.
doing this. Okay, roll me
Yeah.
an athletics check.
Yes.
I'll guide
Canari, you can assist, maybe do help or something, because you're also holding on
Yeah.
to Umbran.
I'll
Umbran's holding
help.
onto the grappling gun.
I'll help.
Braenna, your dad is asleep on the
Plus
table
a 4.
with a drink in his
Minus
hands.
1.
What was that?
That's a 5 plus a 4 minus 1.
So you swing around, but it's just like everything is just off, and you both get thrown into a nearby tree. You just like
Oh my
clatter
God.
amongst the branches.
Braenna, I think Braenna probably would have heard that. Why do you guys run into a tree?
Braenna
I
I
rushes out.
don't ask you why you run into trees, do I? No.
But what if I run into a tree? That's not that looks very uncomfortable.
Vrexil, if you are in the nearby vicinity, you probably heard it too.
Vrexil's probably still making his way down the stairs.
Oh,
It's like one at a time.
no. The bubble would have popped by now, and Team Empyrean is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely does the like little kid at the top of the stairs. Like, are they still there?
They're not.
Your parents have company over and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
I have a feeling by this time Moxie would have come out and then probably would have seen, the
Mhm.
commotion and just kind of been like,
You saw it all.
I want to
With
go
your
in the
with your passive
tree."
perception, you just saw it all.
She just wants to join them.
So
I
Moxie
should
runs
have
up,
had
and
you
then
hold the grappling hook.
and then Monk jumps and climbs up, swings up from a branch, and then like lands sitting on a branch and just looks at the two of you. You two
Very
have like
owl-like
twigs.
pose.
Yeah, you two have like twigs, leaves, everything all over. Canari, one of your arms is like twisted a little behind you and like stuck a little bit, and you're like, help.
What's going on, guys?
Hang out in a tree. What's up with you?
Oh, well, I guess I'm also now hanging out in a tree.
Hey, welcome.
Braenna, do you want to hop in the tree?
Can you help me get out? Can you just grab my arm and then just twist it a little? Yeah, okay. Oh, ow.
You hear a pop, but it's a pop of like relief.
Yeah, and Canari kind of just rolls it back in and just like stretches. Okay, I'm gonna go shopping really quickly. Julius will have seen a lot of me today. Oh, Moxie, I might have something for you later.
Okay.
I know you're collecting animals, and I don't really know how much good this might do me. And then she takes out the Rooster of Courage, and gives it to Moxie.
It's a tiny little amber rooster, and while you have it on your person, it gives you advantage against frightened effects.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, you're not afraid of anything really except spiders, but this will help with the spiders.
Yeah. Stupid spiders. She's just like mumbling about spiders, and then puts it away with the other animals that she still owns. We'll be back for that dog.
Braenna, your dad stumbles out. I'm gonna go back to the forge and get some sleep. It's been a long day.
I thought you didn't have to sleep.
Sleep as in some shut-eye. I can sleep, but I don't need to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well.
And when someone walks into the shop, I wake up.
Okay. Well, you have fun with that. And don't forget, I need to get my shield finished too.
Mm-hmm. I might be working on that a little bit too. You know.
And Vrexil's armor is just like skittering behind him, following him.
You know, I like
So-
to do some smithing and some stuff with the forge before I go to sleep. Relaxes the mind, relaxes the body.
It is a good nightcap, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye, Dad. Love you.
It's nice to see you, Mr. Ironbeard.
Love you too. Goodbye, Canari.
Almost there.
Dad, not everyone's name here starts with a B. You know that, right?
It's okay. I'll be Benari for him.
Does that make me Moxie?
Moxie.
And Umbran.
So,
Umbran.
Moxie and Canari, as you
Vrexil.
hop out of the tree, Jerome pops out of Umbran's little hood or whatever, and he's just like, Master,
Yes, Jerome.
what was that?
What was what?
When that one with orange hair, when he
What one?
the one, the
What
tall one, Master.
You mean Canari's got brown hair?
Is
Do
that her
frogs
name?
see colors?
No, we do not. I just
Oh,
assumed.
okay. Okay. Stop assuming colors, Jerome. You're making a fool of yourself.
I'm lying. We can see colors. I change colors, and that is how we attract mates.
That's not true.
What?
Go on, Jerome.
For this species of frog.
Let me tell you about my fantasy frog.
Yeah, the fantasy frog that glows.
Oh shit.
He doesn't know how to attract.
Coming after me for nautical shit. Coming after me for amphibian shit.
I tried so hard not to. I slipped out.
It's okay. No, fantasy Jerome frog in the Underdark. Underdark frogs glow to attract mates. Anyway.
Whatever.
When she wrapped her arms around you, I thought that she was trying to strangle you.
The hug. People hug Jerome.
What is a hug?
They hug.
Is it a way to gain loyalty from your subjects?
Yes. The easiest way to gain loyalty is to hug people, not through
I
fear
will
or
do more
power or
hugging in my
intimidation.
future. Thank
Yeah,
you for this
hugging is the
insight,
answer,
Master.
Jerome.
And then he crawls back into his location.
In the hood.
And Canari, you step through the store and you see Claudius. There's actually a bunch of like little swirling like dust creatures that look like they have like tiny little heads and arms and like little like water creatures, and he's like, scatter, and then they all.
Oh, they can.
Can I help you?
Hi again. The third time tonight. Sorry.
Yes,
you
it's
just
been
have
a
a lot
lot.
of. Okay. Well. Okay.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
Oh, good. I didn't know with like the bird. I thought I saw some birds chasing somebody out a while back.
Oh
and I didn't
yes,
know that.
that was because of rudeness.
Oh. I mean, you could do that to. Actually, maybe not. I don't know.
I love it every time you come in here because every time you come in here, you give me money.
Oh, I guess that's true. Should be pretty quick. I just that amulet right there.
Yes, this one.
Yeah.
Pretty popular these days.
The amulet of health.
Oh, I thought you meant the amulet of Sunan.
Oh, that might be for a different day. I actually need to sell you something as well.
Oh,
And
tell me.
Canari takes off the brooch of shielding and says, "How much for this?"
Oh, the brooch of shielding. Yes, well, it's very situational, but the resistance to force, magic, and effects, that's really good. Not an often, not a common damage type, but when it is, it's pretty bad. So I'll give you 300 for it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. Plus it nullifies those pesky little wizards who only take the magic missile spell because it always guarantees a hit. Where's the risk and reward?
I'm not really sure. Oh my. Okay. I guess I don't even need a loan from Umbran.
722 gold pieces.
Sure. And Canari will hand that over and get the amulet of health, and I am down to 10 gold pieces.
Enjoy having a bolstered constitution. May it serve you well.
Oh, thank you. Hope you have a good day, Claudius, or night.
It is
Sweet
nice.
dreams.
I don't sleep.
Well, if you did, may the stars shine along your path. I don't really know. We just,
Oh, a common saying from the followers of Celestian. Is that your deity?
well, he is. It's been a while. I haven't really kept up with some of the prayer. It's kind of hard to keep up prayers and when there's a bunch of death flying around you.
Would that excuse fly in the temple that you are from?
You are not one to lecture me on the religious protocols of my own order.
No, I am not. I am just very learned on the religious practices of other religions.
Oh. Well, we should
Worship
talk
is
next time I'm in.
excellence. Yes. I will tell you all that I know about Celestian.
Ooh.
Even the
Oh,
things
okay.
you don't know. Even the things you don't want to know! And then lightning strikes. I'm sorry,
Okay,
in my contract I have to be a little creepy.
No, I appreciate it. It adds a little
Okay, good.
something.
Would you like this bag of beans?
I have 10 gold pieces.
It is worth 666.
That's a very interesting number. I am going to leave now. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And as you're leaving, he just like, okay, everyone get out. We must discuss.
I walk back and I attempt to herd the party.
Oh, I thought you meant walk back in.
No,
to try and catch
I'm
up.
leaving Claudius. He's earned his rest for the night.
Yuri, if you're trying to talk, you are muted.
It was a joke about kicking elementals.
And just
Starts walks and starts kicking him.
Yeah, Canari will go around and like just get everybody together and tell them to meet up in Umbran's room if they're done for the night.
All right, it's actually easy. Everyone's still sort of gathered around the tavern, but the inn is just a little ways down. So when you get everybody, did I have you go into a bedroom earlier for something?
Not this time around.
No, but I think
Okay, not yet.
I think we had all discussed that like I think 3 of us are staying and 2 of us are going back to the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some people have to get stuff in the morning.
I did give you insight that it was already like towards the end of the day anyway. So if you went back to your quarters and didn't emerge until morning, it wouldn't really like be that odd.
Oh.
You might just like you just kind of left dinner, and it's up to y'all.
Okay.
It's one of the interesting dynamics. When you but when you get into the inn, you see a tiefling with a bluish purple skin, and they look at you very androgynous. Hello, welcome. My name is Hospitality. This is Hospitality's Inn. You go in. In you go. Into my inn.
Oh, thanks.
Now, unlike the previous levels, you get to choose your level of comfort while you are here. You can choose a squalid stay, and that is only 1 copper piece per night. Some of the more humble folks, particularly of certain religious orders, choose that because it allows them to understand what it is like to live in such squalid conditions. Or you can choose the poor sort of stay, 1 silver piece, exactly as you might think, then modest for 1 gold piece. And then you can afford, if you can afford it, a certain level of comfort in your room, larger bed, a few amenities. That is 10 gold pieces. You can also choose a night of luxury for 100 gold pieces. And when you enter a luxurious room that you pay for, it will actually take you into what appears to be a small estate. And then you can also choose the lavish lifestyle for 1,000 gold pieces for the night, and essentially you are able to use the Magnificent Mansion spell to determine exactly how you would like to spend your night. What would you all like tonight?
Do you pay up front or
Yes.
in the morning? Okay, I'm gonna stand in the lobby until my friend gets here because I did give her all of my money.
Canari walks in and gives you all of your money back and says, I actually didn't need it, but I really appreciate the gesture.
And everyone sort of gathers in, and you're all there in the lobby.
Comfort room, please.
10 gold.
Right. Drop it.
She takes it, she puts it into this little box that she uses to separate all the coins into neat little rows that they are very particular about.
Awesome. Do we have to stand here any longer, or can we?
Well, that is your room. What about everyone else?
Are we staying here or
Am I not allowed to take my friends into my room with me? Is there a very anti-no touching policy here, or?
No, it is just that there is 1 bed.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
When
You guys can go pick out rooms later. I don't care.
They turn around and grab a key, and then they touch it and draw a little symbol, and then they hand it to you. Find the room that matches the symbol on the 2nd floor.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Now, please, if you ever need anything, I am always ready to offer hospitality for a price.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
And you all go to the second floor.
Yep.
You go and find the room that has a matching symbol. You enter the key, open it, and inside is a larger room with a really comfortable couch, a fireplace, a coffee table in front of the couch, and a nice like shag rug that's fluffy and really nice to like lay on. And then there is a queen-sized bed with a canopy over it that's just like looping over, and a decently sized window that looks out into the rest of the little town. There is a separate room for a bathroom, and then a little kitchenette area as well, and then another separate room that just appears to be a larger closet if you need it.
Wow, this is pretty nice.
Yes, I feel like you could comfortably fit your entire team in a room this size.
Yeah, that rug looks pretty comfy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also.
Melissa, your cat is doing like little like kneading on your shoulders.
She has not figured out the appropriate shoulder sitting technique, and it really fucking hurts.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Let me just stand
Her
here with my
eyes in the
claws
background,
in
just-
you.
Yep.
All right, you are all in the room, the door shuts, and you know that this is a place where you are completely obscured from all of the sensors and eyes that might be. And I think this is a good time to take our midpoint break.
Cool.
So we are gonna go get hydrated, maybe get some snackaroonies, and just mentally decompress and get ready for the heaviness to come.
Okay, we'll be back in
And you know what?
12 to
If you are
15.
yawning and tired, go do some push-ups.
No, you can't make me.
There we go. No.
We missed that good
I don't have to sneeze
sneezing
anymore.
contest.
No. We were live. We were live. I just hit the map button instead of the just us
Regular
I don't have to
button,
sneeze anymore.
because now I
Okay,
have
good.
buttons that do the thing, and it's very handy. Except for it says DS Master Map and DS Master, and it's cut off a little bit. Whoops. It's fine.
So it's just dungeon
It says S dash Master Ma, and then the other one says DS Master.
master.
Yep.
I
It's
might
fine.
have to
Back,
sneeze again.
everyone.
All right, so you are all in this comfort room. The fireplace immediately lights upon your entry.
Fancy.
The stage is yours, and I'm totally gonna sneeze at some point.
Well, then mute yourself.
Vrexil's just gonna bundle up in the corner with the like oversized robe of eyes and just make sure that nothing invisible is in this room with us.
Nothing.
Braenna makes herself comfortable on the floofy rug.
I'm going
Moxie
to
would
sit
lay on one
down.
half of the bed.
I'm going to sit down on the sofa, kind of like in front of Braenna on the floofy rug.
I guess I'm sharing a bed with Moxie.
As you should.
They're girlfriends.
Sleepover time,
Get
but
out
with
free in
everyone
town.
else.
Braenna, I need to talk to you
Oh, about what?
about what your father was saying earlier today.
Oh,
I
that
know you spent a lot of time with your father. That doesn't narrow it down to you.
You mean the part where you were like creeping behind us? That was kind of weird. And also that
Yeah.
was that like it's fine. I'll just talk to Andrew. It'll be okay.
That's what I need to talk to you about. What your father said had a merit of truth to it. Andrew might not be Andrew anymore. The nature of souls, especially after they're removed from their bodies, is unfortunate. As time goes on, they lose who they once were. Memories start to fade, and you remember less and less of yourself and your family, who you were, what values you held, especially if something is tampering with that soul, like a curse. If Andrew is in the ethereal plane, he's, at this point, lost nearly half of his memories.
Well, Canari can fix it. That's what she's... Like, she's here. She can do that.
Even
look at
if
Canari.
the curse is gone, it will still affect what he used to be. There's a chance when Andrew comes back, he won't remember you. He might not remember who he was or your family.
He's got to remember something, though.
He'll remember something.
He's trying to find me. He's been in my dreams.
That... You know what dreams are. It's because of you, not necessarily because of him.
I don't know where he is. He's been leading me.
There's also a chance that he might not even be in the ethereal plane. Souls who lose almost all of what they used to be, they get so light that they just drift away from the ethereal plane. They end up in a place called the astral sea. There's a chance he might even be there. And if he is, he might only have 1 or 2 memories. He might not know his name. He might not know anything. It's just the nature of death and souls and what remains.
But we don't know that. You don't know that.
We don't know this for certain. We don't know any of what's happened to him, but I wanted to be honest with you and tell you what might happen to prepare you for the eventuality of something. It's sad, but it's just the way the world works.
But we didn't... Why do you need to tell me that right now?
There's no better time to tell you than now. Soon enough, we'll be heading towards the gate to the ethereal realm, and I wanted you to be prepared if Andrew isn't who he used to be. I didn't want this to happen to you, and you weren't aware. There's also a chance with souls who have lost so much that they'll grab onto the first emotions they can.
So then I should be happy.
Yeah, if those emotions aren't positive ones, he could become corrupt, infected by anger or rage or confusion, and there's no coming back from that. No matter what you see or no matter what he says, you have to keep joy in your heart so he can at least hang on to that.
If I'm seeing him, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
You don't know.
Well, then I guess it's good that Umbran kind of told you, right? Because then you'll be more prepared if it seems like it's going south at the beginning to keep being happy, right?
I don't even know how you even know all this stuff.
That's because I am one. The process of making a Warforged requires a soul to pilot the body. In the Astral Sea, there's a factory that produces Warforged. They're made in a sterile environment. The souls there don't have emotions to cling on to. So they're perfect machines. I was made here in the material plane. I am the fourth in a line of failed creations. The souls Lord Silronia had pulled from the astral sea for his inventions had been tainted by his anger and his resentment. The first two that he made attempted to kill him on the spot. The third one was filled with so much apathy it refused to function. The only reason I am what I am and I stand before you like this is he anchored himself with feelings of hope and joy and love for what he had made. I could have been corrupted like the ones before me. And this is confidential information. None of this leaves this room. If I feel like you all deserve to know this, but this is top secret. Please. And with that, I do have a request. The soul inside me, it doesn't remember its name or who it was. It doesn't remember its family. It doesn't even know what race it used to be. All it remembers is someone. Out of the corner of my eye, I see someone standing there smiling, happy and content. Whoever that person was, they must have meant so much to me. I was hoping you could help me. And Umbran's going to reach into his backpack and pull out the Wanderer's candle that Lord Bluescale had given us. If we could separate the soul from my body, perhaps you could talk to it. You could ask it if it knows anything. I don't have it in me to care who I used to be, but this person haunts me, and I need to know. My wish is to find out whoever this person is who stayed with the soul that was pulled from the astral sea. But maybe if we could find out something about who this person used to be, I could use my wish for something else. I'm going to remove my arcane core, and when it's far enough away from my body, it should be able to talk to you all with the Wanderer's candle. If you agree to it. I know this is asking a lot.
Are we sure that if we do this, we'll be able to get you back?
There's no certainties here. This is uncharted territory.
Is the Wanderer's candle... Is it just a one-time use, or is it we can burn it until it can't be burned anymore?
Lord Bluescale said that you could use it multiple times.
Blue Rock.
Whatever, he was a dragon.
Does any of this, like... Because Canari's, like... Celestian's whole thing is about, like, the... Like, I mean, space and, like, stars and constellations and planets and all of that, but it's also guiding souls through the astral sea to, like, the different planes, you know, the upper and lower planes, you know, Nine Hells, Elysium, all of that. Is any of, like, what Umbran's saying, like, ringing a bell with Canari? And especially, like, the relation to, like, the curses and the souls and everything like that?
Roll me a religion check.
Do I get advantage if there's some curse stuff in there?
I don't think there's any curse-related things.
Okay. It's always worth the guess. I'm gonna guide myself to... Jesus. Take the wheel. That's just a 10. I rolled a 3.
You know that it probably isn't incorrect.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably...
Where is this candle in your inventory?
I don't know. He gave it to me.
I know I did give it to you. I'm just like.
I didn't put it in my inventory at D&D Beyond.
Did it end up in the bag of holding, maybe?
Might have.
No, I think
No.
Umbran has it. It's just that.
Yeah, it's
Umbran
not
has
in the-
been very furiously holding on to it
Oh,
for
okay.
this specific moment.
Hmm.
That's why he asked the questions and he was interested and he took it because it was for him.
Got it.
He's all like, help me find my husband. I'm all like, help me find my husband.
Yeah. I remember what it does. I'm just like, I should have put this as a homebrew item.
I don't know. Candle lets it cast Speak with Dead. That's what you told us.
And it helps guide you through this fog of lost souls or something.
Yeah.
Sure. That too, I guess.
And makes it so that souls like can see you and stuff. I'm gonna write it down and come up with the specifics, but you can sure as hell cast Speak with Dead with it.
I hand the candle to Canari. I'm gonna walk over
Let's
to
say there
the
are
other
10
side of the
charges,
bed,
essentially.
where
That's the last
Moxie
charges.
is.
Done. No more candle.
I'm gonna walk down to the edge of the bed, and I'm gonna sit myself cross-legged, kind of next to Moxie, unclasp my cloak, and start undoing the buttons down the front of my shirt. I kind of reach in and I push down on an indentation in my chest, and the doors slide open. And in there, the hollow compartment of his torso is the same purple glowing light that surrounds his joint. And
There's
in
also
there
a glowworm in
is-
there for some reason.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I can't get them out. Is a vial, the Sorcerer's Bloodwell vial, and next to it is a fist-sized dark purple crystal just suspended, floating in his chest. Reaching a hand in, he's gonna wrap his hand around it and just take it out. This is my arcane core. It powers me, and if it gets too far away, I'll fall to pieces. I'm gonna hand it to Moxie. If it gets within 5 feet of my body, I'll start to reform.
And you're sure you'll come back?
Hopefully. But Moxie, there's no one who I'd trust more to hold my heart in their hands than you.
Moxie cries a little bit and then, like, I guess, like, gets up and kind of starts moving away from Umbran. Like, are you sure?
I've been sitting on this for a while. I've been considering it, and I have to know. I mean, you guys will have to tell me what it says. I won't be conscious, I suppose, when it happens.
Are you going to give them questions to ask?
Whatever information you can get from it, if it does know its name, who it used to be, what it was, but mostly who this person is that meant so much that they're the last memory that you hang on to. I trust you all.
How many questions do you get with Speak with Dead? Is it 5?
It is 5 questions. It doesn't have to be 5, but it can be up to 5.
We're gonna have someone other than Moxie ask the questions, right?
And
I-
when it gets too far away from Umbran's body falls apart. All of those joints that are normally glowing just fall apart, and the joints are like almost like wooden balls. And the arms and the head and everything clatter, and then his head rolls over, and then you just hear like a panicked frog croak.
He falls into 85 separate pieces.
We should have had him lay out on the bed, like,
I put him
We're gonna have
on
to
the
put
bed
him-
in his cloak, just kind of, you had to like wrap him. It's
put 'em back
30
together.
pieces per hand, so 60 pieces in both hands. Then the main body is 25, 27 if you count his eyes, but those, like, his eyelids close and his eyes stay in his head. He's just a pile of wood on a bed.
The stone in your hands feels warm and almost like there's a pulse underneath.
Okay, let's ask the questions because I don't like that Umbran over there on the like all dead looking. I don't like it.
Canari's gonna look
If
at
you look
everybody.
closely enough, you see what appears to be the visage of a face. Couple of like shadowy eyes and shadowy mouth looking thing, and it appears as though there is just this subtle facade continents inside. So that speak with that can target it.
Braenna, are you alright?
I don't know.
Okay, let's take care of this, and then why don't you and I go for a walk? Okay?
Okay.
Canari will take out her tinder box and light the candle.
It
And
lights,
kind of-
and it's a green purple, and it seems to flick to life. And the candle itself, there's like runes along its sides, its exterior, and they kind of glow as well as it cascades down. And there's a little base. It's like one of those like that you can hold and carry through the night.
I think Canari sets it down just on the ground and kind of gets it. Kind of sits on her legs, almost on her knees, like she's in prayer. The star cloak that kind of drapes around her, and her robes kind of pull on the ground around her, and the lights almost that are in there seem to dim as this incantation happens. And she asks for the soul and the crystal to come to her.
The lights in the room all go dark, and it's just the candle flickering. A radius of dim dancing lights seems to hit all of you, and the flame creates this smoke, opaque, just floating through the air, but then it seems to float and go into the crystal, into 3 points, the eyes and the mouth. And suddenly the same light that was on the candle lights up in 2 eyes and a mouth pattern. Oh, in 2 eyes, and the mouth is just the smoke, and it almost like looks as though the face is waking up. The eyes are darting around a little bit.
Who are you?
I don't remember. I'm gonna turn the gain up so I can do creepy whispers. Tell me if this is too loud. Okay.
Who was it that made you smile?
Mother.
Why do you hold on to that memory? Do you want to go back?
No longer have a place to go back to.
We should ask his mother's name. Names are important. Names are
Yeah.
for remembering.
What was your mother's name?
And then the eyes flicker out, the mouth disappears, and the entire room comes back to life, and the candle flame sputters out.
Can you repeat that name, Dove?
Yeah, I was just about to.
With
Cordelia
that preview.
Lovelace.
Okay, I did hear correctly. Cool.
Cordelia.
Cordelia Lovelace.
Moxie is going to like quickly go back over closer to Umbran again with it.
All
And,
of the parts begin reforming. The fingers reform and turn back into the hands, and then the hands kind of crawl back to the appendages, and everything kind of just like puzzle pieces come back together. And then the last bit is Umbran's head that rolls and then reattaches to the neck, and then it just kind of like rises.
Is Umbran back? Is that you, Umbran?
I mean, yeah, I've never had my core removed, but I suppose that's what it would feel like.
You still feel weak while the core is outside of your form, but it's close enough where
I
you're-
don't think you want me to put it back in, so I'm just gonna like hand it back over.
it's a little intrusive.
I feel like of the people in this room, Moxie is not the person to.
You're the most extras person in the room.
Oh. Okay, well maybe it is me.
You just
But
punch
also,
it back
Umbran
into
can just
place.
do it himself.
Yeah.
All right, so
Got it in there.
Umbran's back.
So, how did it go?
It's the first time I've ever talked to the dead, I can tell you that.
I'm surprised by that. I thought clerics were all about talking to the dead. I hope that doesn't seem rude.
No,
Do you remember why you asked us to do this? Are your memories degraded at all?
I don't believe so. Did you find anything out about who it was?
well, Soul didn't remember who it was, so that checks out with everything you were thinking. The memory it hung on to, the person was a mother. Her name was Cordelia Lovelace.
A mother.
Asked why it held on to the memory. It said it had nothing else, and when I asked if it wanted to come back, it said I no longer have a place to go back to.
Information feels troubling, but it is something. Thank you very much. I appreciate all your help with this.
Okay.
I'm just glad you were able to come back.
I am too.
Memory's intact, and the ghost wasn't angry. I mean, Vrexil
She's
kind of looks
pretty
over at Braenna like, That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Braenna's gonna walk out of the room.
yeah, Canari's just gonna follow and look at everybody and say, "We'll be back. I don't know when, but we will."
They leave the room. As the door shuts behind them, you hear a knock.
What'd they forget?
Strange. I'm a little shaky, maybe. Moxie
Yeah, I'll
can
get
see.
it. Moxie just like jumps over and opens. Oh, is there like a peephole?
No.
Who's there?
It's me, open up. It is Quintilius.
Okay. She's gonna just open the door. Yeah.
Hello. I'm
Hey.
sorry. I have news to report.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready to accept it?
Accept news, I guess.
Yes. Well, I mean, this was a little shocking, but I am afraid that I have to report that Team Sphinx has been eliminated by
By
Team
who?
Phoenix.
Okay.
By Team Phoenix.
I don't know how to spell this at all for my notes.
Now there are only 10 teams left out of the original 13. It was Canari and Braenna.
Oh, they're out.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah. Why you gotta be weird about it, dude? We're all friends.
No, are you now? Well, anyway, I just
If you
felt
weren't
that.
a hologram, I was gonna punch you in the face.
Oh, I'm not a hologram.
Oh, and Moxie punches him in the face.
It rebounds and punches yourself in the face.
Ah, fuck, I forgot about that.
I
He
wouldn't.
is the worst clown we know.
I would have stopped you, but I also wanted a good laugh after the stressful day I've had.
Okay, well, why did you, okay, I have a lot of questions now. Why are you here in person just to tell us that one team eliminated another?
Because Team Phoenix also just made it to level 5, or level 4.
Wow, it's 5, okay.
There was a showdown. If Braenna was here, maybe a showdown hoedown.
Oh, well, but she's not, so, and she wasn't there anyway, so.
Why do you all look so somber?
None of your business, man.
Is everyone on Team Phoenix okay, or did they lose anyone?
One of them lost an arm.
Who?
I have trouble with the names.
What do they look like?
He
Block?
he pulls out a clipboard and starts scanning through it. No, it wasn't that one. No, it wasn't that one either. Zinnia's fine.
Was it
Brent
Brent
Locke
Block?
is fine. No,
Damn
he's
Oh,
fine.
was it Colonel Sanders? He's in their party, right?
Colonel. Who? Oh, no. Sorry, it was Cypress, the druid who controls fire.
Oh, well, I mean, that's unfortunate for them, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
Well, toodles. And then he walks away. And then he disappears.
I was really hoping it would have been Brent Block. Would have brought him down a peg, but it would have made him even hotter. He's been so mad.
Right? Could you have imagined with him with like a mechanical arm, still smoking?
So hot, so infuriating. I hate it. Stupid, sexy, fucking.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Stupid sexy.
Well, we'll definitely want to check in with them. Next
Yes,
time.
why have they declined to reach out? We are their only ally, are we not?
Well,
Well, I don't know. I mean, we could. I assume that now if they're in the checkpoint, they can't contact us, or it'll be really weird, like when Canari tried to, right?
Yeah, they could still be in the time dilation.
But why not call us before?
Because you go directly into it, right? Like,
No, you have a moment to collect your earnings.
I mean, they might not have thought about it.
well, I mean, I guess if they were also, if they just lost someone or someone lost an arm, they were probably thinking about getting like their teammate help, and I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens if they call us like tomorrow. If they don't, then I'll be a little bit more worried. Although they they insisted on the contract, right?
They did, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we should be okay because our good friend didn't tell us the contract is suddenly absolved, which I think he would have known.
That's true. I find these allies most annoying.
Well, like, yeah, but I mean, Genie really helped us out, so
Yes, Genie is delightful.
they
Phoenix.
are delightful.
And we will flash on over to Braenna and Canari.
Braenna's walking ahead a bit, and she, like, punches the wall as she's walking. Like, hard.
It breaks, but then immediately when you pull your fist back, the wall, like, heals itself.
It's not fair.
You know. You just want to punch some stuff for a while?
Yup.
Okay.
She continues punching the wall. Came here to bring him back. I can't. Then why? Why? It's not fair.
I cling on to optimism a lot. It's the only thing I really have here, aside from you four. Even if what Umbran says is true, there's no telling how long his soul there's no telling how long the separation was. If what we're thinking is true, there's still part of him here. And half is worth fighting for. I can't guarantee I can do everything, but I guarantee I'm not giving up on you. I think I've gotten more insight into how it works. I can, if nothing else, I can break the curse, and hopefully that buys us more time. Might not be an immediate solution, but it's all the more reason for us to keep pushing onward.
I was supposed to protect him. He's my brother. He's my best friend. He's not supposed to be gone.
No, he isn't. Curses shouldn't be cast on anyone really, but certainly not those that we care about the most. And not for the sake of ending some feud. And then certainly not to continue perpetuating the suffering of all of those of the world. I can't make that hurt go away, Braenna. I can't change the past.
Braenna just punches the wall again.
It might change the present, but a wish is a wish, isn't it?
Which wall are you punching? Are you outside or still in the building?
I'm just like pacing, like, and punching the
Mhm.
wall as I go. That last one though, I think she just left her hand in the wall, in the hole.
In the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What if Andrew died because of a curse? What if I wished that if the hammerlocks didn't exist, if the curse had never been made or the pact had never been made, you could still bring Andrew back. I don't.
Your wish is for you, Canari.
I don't think my wish can cover it anymore.
Braenna just back to the wall, sinks down.
Canari just sits down on the ground with her.
Quentin would have definitely seen you as he turned to walk away or something. If you were just still in the hallway.
No, Braenna's got a lot of speed. She was walking fast.
Okay, so you're like in a different part of the building. Okay.
Yeah, like, you know how the hotels are like, they've got the big long hallways.
Yep. I see
She's-
what you're saying.
yeah.
You go one floor up and it's the same exact hallway. The Twilight Zone.
It's just that what's her name will pop out of one in her dumb hat.
My wish is to help people. I can do that without a wish, but I came in here to protect all of you. I didn't have some big aspiration. I can give that wish to you. It's not selfish. It's me trying to make something right that should have been made right a long time ago.
Braenna just kind of tilts her head over.
You're still wearing the dread helm.
No.
Oh.
Smash Canari with a horn. Lovingly.
Why does it have to be like this?
Umbran said something about the people that choose to cause pain in the world for their own selfish needs just do it because they can. Maybe it's the chaotic weave of the universe, the entropic inevitability of it all. But moments of pain can create something beautiful in the end. That isn't a cause for pain to be inflicted or a reason for it, but
Sucks when you're in it.
yeah. Really, really does, doesn't it? I was told that my Korai said that the dead have to stay dead. The Korai are very logical, but they don't know what's best all the time. If you've seen anything, you know that the majority of them are demonic nightmare creatures trying to use me to summon a portal for them to wreak havoc upon the world.
BD.
But that's not necessarily going to happen just because they think it's going to happen. Because we're here. We can change things. The power for change is our capacity to do good in the world, to set things right. And I would encourage you to think if it would cause you more harm to see your brother not as himself than it would be to keep the memory of what he was whole. There's no right or wrong answer here. And it has to be your decision, ultimately. But I hope you think of him when you make it. And I'm always here for you. Just as the others are.
I think Braenna's just sitting there quietly, and like Canari's shoulder's getting wet at this point.
Canari just kind of holds Braenna and just like lets her process all those feelings and just doesn't say anything else. Just kind of lets her be.
It's a while, so.
Canari will wait the whole time.
Umbran, during this time, do you want to go do your phone call home?
Moxie, how did your phone call home go?
Oh man, it was a nice chat with Hawkins, as always. He just confirmed that the Church of Eldath sent me that oak leaf to become an oak leaf or something. I don't remember. And then
A very probable goal, yes.
Yeah. And then also, apparently, I'm some kind of, ASMR thing that everyone was talking about. That drains my life force when I do that explodey thing, so
Oh no.
I might not do that quite as much. He had two theories on, what happened and why I have some kind of soul that was put into me by some kind of god. And one of them is that it was predestined by Eldath, and that one was kind of boring. The other one makes a little bit more sense, especially after that dumb bitch in a hat told me that she knew about my parents or some shit. And that was that there's a cult that has some power, and just a lot of money. And so they're I guess known for creating like chosen warriors. And he said something about like cleansing fire and binding and people. I don't really know. So he so I told him about Normok and her bitch ass hat, and also what she said, because I'm pretty sure she's some kind of celestial thing. And so he was gonna look into that for me. And I figured maybe I'd ask you also to see if they knew anything about that stupid lady, or maybe where she comes from, especially if she comes from money, since you also come from money.
The Lord Selronia is a rather eclectic socialite. If anyone would have happened to have bumped shoulders with a rich cult, it might be him.
Yeah, so maybe he could check that out, because that seems to have something to do what she says with my parents. But to be honest, I don't know. And frankly, fuck that girl. And he was also a little bit concerned about the whole me and Canari thing being in here, and is it some kind of plot? Or are there some pieces moving outside? But I didn't really know what to do with that, so
That is strange.
He kept telling me to keep calling him at different times, but it's not like I can do that. So.
I mean, you can call when you call. I mean, this is the
That's
only
what
time
I
Lord
said.
Selronia is awake and working, I would never call him at an inopportune time. That would be.
Hawkins doesn't do anything anyway, so. Besides, like, I don't know, like monk stuff. It's not as cool.
For what it's worth, I did have the final say of who joined the team. You are my team, after all.
Oh, well, cool. I'm glad you liked me enough.
Yeah, you and Canari were. Your connection made you more valuable than any of the others, but truly, there was hardly any decision on my point. Everyone else who had auditioned was lackluster, let's say.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're pretty great. And then Mike's gonna like look over at Vrexil, still all up in his eyes. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty cool.
The most lustrous team is only what I would have picked, and I did. Yes,
Thanks.
but Lord Silveronia should be starting his work right about now, which is an opportune time. It's before his 3rd dose of cocaine, so I'm gonna go talk to him.
Wow, he gets in 3 whole doses.
Oh, 3 is when it really starts to kick in.
Those in doses?
He's got a tolerance.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. That's what I
Yeah,
heard from
he's a very high tolerance of magic cocaine.
What if I
he
get
does think
a
that
tolerance
might
for
be...
mushroom drugs? Then I'll just have to take more mushroom drugs.
It's a vicious cycle. But I must go. Feel free to stay in the room. I don't know if when Canari and Braenna come back, if they'll want to stay in the room with us, if we would feel better together, or prefer some space. But the room is ours for however we do see fit.
Okay. Have a good call.
I clasp my cloak back on. I stand up. I brush myself off. I head downstairs.
All right.
Upstairs. No, downstairs. No, across the way to the tavern.
Across the way. And you head to the tavern, and you get there. Make your way in, go to the rooms, and you are in the room with the scryer mirror.
I sit down. I would like to call Lord Kipstelbowski Silveronia.
And you touch the rim of the mirror, it glows, it shimmers, and suddenly you are in a study. Books everywhere. It's a little scattered. There is the flickering embers of a fireplace and some candles lit and some lines on the table. And he notices, turns around. Umbran, it's
Good
been some
evening.
time. Not
It's
that
been-
I'm envious, but you've chosen to call my sister a couple times.
Only as such was necessary.
Right,
Things happen as they do.
I would not expect you to do anything that was unnecessary.
But of course. I do come calling for more than just a checkup. Some information has been going around I was hoping you would know something about. My dear friend Moxie has had a bad run-in with potentially a cult, specifically with a woman named Noramak.
Oh, you mean the Church of Grishishka?
Ah, yes, the Church of Brishishka. How could?
Yes.
Yes.
So they are one of the sponsors of the team, and Noramak is from that church. If you remember the study, as Grishishka is actually a goddess of riches and opulence.
Ah, yes, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a little tacky, if you ask me.
They have a lot of money. They're not associated with any house, so many of the houses tend to be in their good favor for sponsorships, donations, money laundering, and all the usual stuff.
But of course, what else would you want to do? Do you know how deep they run into the actual religion? If they're preying on people, or they have any actual clerics?
They do have clerics. They have those bound with Krishishka and her, and some of her angels, subordinates, that sort. Normak is a warlock, a celestial warlock, and has a pretty high-ranking angel in Krishishka's order under her belt.
These angels wouldn't be known for explosive behavior, perhaps cracks appearing on their body filled with molten gold. Quite opulent.
No, and I believe you're referring to the Asmar. Your friend Moxie is one.
She didn't know. It was a little secret to her.
I didn't know at first either. It was something that was a revelation to me after a bit. If you had called me earlier, maybe we would have had a conversation about it.
What interest have you in Asmar, my lord?
Well, your core was taken from the Shadowfell. We did some experiments with cores of celestial beings. They just didn't seem to work with materials from the mortal plane for too long. They usually just burnt up after some time. We learned a lot in those experiments, though. We have never come so far as to being able to place the soul of a divine being or the energy of one into any sort of being. That is not something that I have figured out, and maybe it's because I am not the religious sort. Man of science and the arcane, of course.
Give it time. You never know what breakthroughs will come through. Speaking of breakthroughs, I do have something, and of course, having to choose to call you my lord, that might be of use to the Lady Solronia. I know it's been quite some time since you've seen Lady Argent, but perhaps now would be a good time to rekindle, if not for yourselves, then for me. I happen to have here a vial of Onaloth pus. Don't touch it. It's vile.
That is definitely something that she would love to have. I wonder how much she'll pay for it.
I'm sure you'll have time to bring it to her, and I'll set it down and send it over.
He grabs it. Thank you. He just flips his hand and then it disappears, as if he cast wrist pocket.
Ooh, wrist pocket.
Is that it?
I do believe so, yes. That's all I had, other than, of course, seeing you.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh, I'm so good at this. 13?
That's something you're not telling me.
Nothing comes to mind.
What have you learned of Vrexil's contraption?
Oh, much. That was it. Yes, of course. That was. How could it have escaped me? And I will pull out all the notes. Every time Vrexil goes to bed, I've drawn more and more detailed schematics of the mech. And I have notes on everything he's said to me in confidence as his friend.
Yes. Oh, this is wonderful.
And I send them over.
Seems to be quite complicated, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to mass produce, but to be able to have such a wonderful mechanism in my designs and such, it's wonderful. Will you send me those notes? Do you need to keep them for any reason?
No, I'll just make more.
All right, wonderful. Send them over.
Yeah. As well as I'll send him a copy of all the notes I've taken from the Dungeon Sphere. So I'll give him the full log of everything that's happened, everything I've seen, everything I've recorded.
Wonderful.
Then I believe that should conclude all of my reports.
All right. I have have an interesting piece of information for you. That it's not something that I'm privy to. It's just something that I've noticed in your show. Of all the teams that have passed through level 3 and supposedly gone to level 4, there's been no footage of them streaming.
Footage of the teams or
Of the teams?
actively?
There's no live footage, live streams of any of the teams that have successfully gotten through level 3. Do with that what you will.
Of course, thank you.
Oh, and Umbran,
Yes.
just make sure that you're continuing to kindle your friendships with your team.
I would say I've had my heart in their hands.
Indeed. Well, don't get too involved with the Church of Kashishka. Lots of shady stuff. Their roots run deep in the Magisterium. Lots of influence, lots of things that I personally am wary of. If it were a battle between House Ironia and the Church, even though I hate to admit it, the Church would most likely win.
We will stay out of their business, but of course.
Right.
Oh, one last question. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
When we were doing auditions for the team, do you know where those people had come from? I know you said I had full decision of who would join, but
What do you mean? What are you inferring?
no, nothing.
Well, I mean, you didn't have all of the say. There was a select handful of people that we chose and then presented to you to see who you wanted. And I know that most of them didn't even meet your standards, and I was proud. Like, your standards should be high. But from the group of filtered applicants, you chose this group, and it seems to be doing quite well. Little concerned about some of them. Mostly the one that's connected to the Dreaming Dark might open a gate, and we don't worry about that. It won't be a problem.
Of course. That's all that I have.
All right. Well, good luck with everything. And these notes are satisfactory. You do not have to keep analyzing what Vrexil's mechanisms and machine and such. I mean, this is pretty good. He's like flipping through it right now.
But of course.
It's enough, at least.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right. You as well. And Umbran. Do be wary of that Team Hydra. They concern me.
Team Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit they're farther along than I'd like, but it's worrying there's no video footage of them.
There's no video footage of any of the teams. But Team Hydra has gotten so far ahead of you, and Team Dragon, and I am concerned that they are going to be too far ahead for you to catch up. So do something about that if you can.
Of course.
All right. Well, I appreciate the check-in, and I will call my sister. He brings the poison back out, starts swirling it. You are very expensive. And then he hangs up.
So just another puppet once again. Good to know. Well, I'll stand up and I'll head back over to the inn to check in with my team.
Yeah. After quite a decent chunk of time, Braenna walks back into the room and just kind of lays flat on the cushy rug.
And Canari, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna get some fresh air and take a very long walk, and then eventually end up in the tavern to call my parents. But I'm gonna clear my head under the night sky.
There's a
Night-
lot of
night sky.
places to walk, like parks and just areas that are partially wooded. It's a lot more open and fresh and vibrant and verdant than the previous times. And you start walking around. You take the long way to get to the tavern, essentially, and you get to a little park where there's a few statues. It's kind of like rotunda with a bodega in the center, and just some steps that lead down into this bodega, and benches that are along the edges of it with flowers, vines, plants, the like. And you hear some soft crying in one of the darker sides of the rotunda, like out of it, probably where one of the benches is, and tucked back into a little planty grove like thing.
With my absurd dark vision out to 300 feet. Sorry, I just sound like a tail.
Yeah.
Can I like figure out who it might be?
Are you gonna try and do it stealthily? You gotta adjust your position to get an angle on it.
Yeah, why not? I'll do it stealthily.
All right.
Guide myself.
I'm gonna roll a perception check. Perception check.
Stealth. Oh, would you look at that? That's a 14 total.
All right. Let's see. You go unnoticed.
Oh.
And you creeple around and to try and get an angle on whoever is kind of just like doing this like lonely sobbing. And you get to a position, you like lean down under or behind a bush, you look over and you see your best friend Sizzle on a bench, his face in his hands, just crying. He does not have his giant sword with him.
Can I... Can I cast See Invisibility on myself?
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna cast that and just keep scanning. Are we, like, all alone?
As you're looking around, you are alone in terms of like creatures and stuff, but you do see like little globules of scryer sensors like darting around. But where he's at, it's kind of in the shadows, and like even the scryer sensors have a limited range of like sight in the darkness, so he might have found a good place to kind of tuck himself away and be in the dark enough to not. Yeah.
Canari's been nurturing the entire episode. She might as well keep going.
Decide now to be a bitch.
I mean,
You've earned it.
no. Canari will like she'll creep back to like a central path and like make it seem like she's coming, and just like walks into the rotunda and like doesn't like try and she's not trying to like startle him. She's just trying to say like, sorry, I'll leave.
He stands up, you startle him, and he
I was trying
Just,
not
like-
to do that, Dev.
I mean, you were stealthing and his perception was terrible. And he actually stumbles backwards and trips over the bench and then falls on the ground.
Oh God. Are you okay?
What are you doing? Oh, you spying on me.
No. I was crying
He's
earlier.
like struggling to get back up.
No, I was trying to find my own place to just be alone.
Well, go away.
You okay?
What would you like to know?
I'm sorry for whatever I did to hurt you. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what I did. I don't know if it's me, if it's my religion. I don't know what.
Yes, it's your religion.
What was it? What can I do?
What do you mean? What can
It's
you
not-
do?
If my religion hurt you, I'm a representative of it. There must be something I can do to reparation. Something. Just
He like stands up a little straighter, cocks his head. You really don't know, do you?
no. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know half of all the things going on. I didn't know half of everything going on. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
Not for any of my actions beforehand. I'm sorry for laughing.
Oh, it's fine. Listen, under other circumstances, I'm sure this would be very hilarious, but I'm
Have
sick of-
Have you ever been to the colonies?
No, I've only ever lived in Shield City.
So you've never left Shield City. That explains it.
Somebody has to take care of. No, my family hasn't left the city since the Kalishtar first appeared. Our group, at least my family, just hasn't. We've stayed there. We don't leave the city. This is the first time any of us have ever actually been anywhere, and of all places, it leads me to something entirely centered around death and suffering and not helping people.
Whoa. Canari, I'm not a therapist.
And I'm not either, but we all have to fulfill different roles in the dungeon sphere. So sorry, I've, worked through other emotions and I was trying to find a place to cry to. That's...
Hey, now that I don't feel like murdering you on the spot,
I do appreciate that.
it appears as though you have been taking on everyone else's burdens in your team and that you need someone to talk to.
I'm not a therapist, but let me therapist for you.
That's
This is
not going to be me. Okay.
Well, I was
But-
gonna go talk to my parents, so we might as well get whatever emotions we're about to get out now.
You're in the borderlands, in the colonies. Your church of Celestian took my brothers and sisters to evangelize to them, to show them the path of Celestian, kidnap them from our villages, try to make them civilized because we were savages. Do you want to know my wish?
The Church of Celestian not to exist.
My wish is to get all of my brothers and sisters back in one place so I can see them all again. Because your church took all of them away. And you didn't know about this. Your city's temple must not be well informed of what is done in Celestian's name beyond the Magisterium. It's not as though your religion's the only one, but your religion's the one that hurt me and my family.
The Magisterium isn't even kind to the ones that spread their own gospel.
It's not. The entire Magisterium is built on oppression, putting others down. And I joined the Dungeon Sphere because I saw someone stand up in the world's greatest dungeon. His name is 13.
This is a long insert to rub your, like, pat your own back. Fuck
No!
Get the fuck out of here.
It happened. It was canon.
I know.
Hey,
it
do
was
you guys
canon,
want
but
to
get
hear
the
about
fuck
my
outta here.
self-insert?
And
I
now
don't want to hear
I
shit about a self-insert again.
am standing up to do what I think is right. I'm not going to fault you for what people have done in the name of your God, because obviously, looking at you and what you've done, you are serving your God well, just as I serve mine. So, when we meet on the battlefield, I won't consider you an enemy. I'll just consider you another victim of this whole system. A victim that has to get out of my way for me to change things. Do with that what you will.
I know that if you go I'm just gonna sit on that for a while. We probably won't speak again unless we're in the same checkpoint and we're both trying to cry alone. But
Well,
I wasn't done.
Oh. I do
If you can-
apologize.
Good. I accept that apology.
Not for the things before, for interrupting.
Enough.
Oh my god, punch him.
Canari's eye, like,
It's not advisable.
she just, like, her eyes still have the sea invisibility charm on them, so they look kind of like
Mhm.
starlight and everything
Yes.
like that, and she blinks and just looks at him and says, all of us are victims of things that are beyond our control. If we let them control us forever, I don't know what will make us better than them. And I certainly know that if you go at everything alone all the time, you don't get anywhere. And I certainly know who to trust and who to not trust, but I've never seen you as an enemy. See all of us as just little pawns of the world. And that's just the role we're relegated to at this point. Do with that information what you will.
See.
But if you do try and kill me, and if Normak ever says anything about any of our team again, I'll remind her just what she has done to cause that same oppression of the world. Look to your own team before you lecture me about people that cause oppression. It is at the heart of every zealot that is across the world, of every evangelizer, of every one of us. And we have to stand against it.
Well,
So do with that information what you will, but don't cast stones, else you get hit. Now, have a good evening. And Canari just turns and walks away before he has anything else to say.
I'll see you on the battlefield. This competition.
That was like a good competition.
And
I
then
go
you
to the tavern to talk to my fucking parents.
You step in, your shoulders slump, you go to the mirror, and do you call your parents?
Yeah, I sit down. Like, her hair, for the first time I think anybody's ever, like, seen, aside from, like, the first, like, before we went into the dungeon sphere, Canari's hair isn't up in her buns anymore. It's, like, just down.
When you press the rune and the mirror shimmers, what you see is not your house, it's not your parents. It is a beach with blue waves lulling against the shore. you see like palm trees and like the peripheral and birds in the sky and a bright sun. The beach is a black sand beach, and it appears to be sort of tropical and nice. And then you hear, "Sweetie, it's Canari!" And then the mirror moves, and it's your mom's face, and she grabs it, and you see that they are both laying on chairs and on a beach. Hello, my perfect little angel!
Oh my god, you left the temple?
Yes! There's just been so much going on that we really needed to get out of there. And then she flips it over to your dad, and you just see him. He has like sunglasses on, and his shirt's like open a little bit. All of his like gray fuzzy chest hair is like peeking out.
Are you trying to make my dad a Dolph? Why are you trying to make my fantasy dad a Dolph?
All dads in my games
Please,
are
just
dilfs.
let's get past this.
Hawkins is a dilf. Your dad is a dilf.
I mean, we all
Lord
know that
Saronia is a
Hawkins
dilf.
He's got to be like built as fuck and old as fuck.
Anyway.
Yes, we were pretty stressed about everything that was going on in your condition and where you're at, that we wanted to go relax our minds. And yeah, and then your mom turns. This trip was actually inspired by the level you're on. We saw that you were on the ocean, and we're like, oh, she's on a vacation. Let's go on a vacation. Oh boy, did I miss this island breeze. We haven't taken a vacation since before you were born.
What part of me fighting for my life makes you think that this is a vacation?
Don't worry about her. I told her it wasn't a vacation.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's a vacation, Dad. I'll be honest. I mean, but you don't unbutton your shirt like that when you're preaching in the temple, do you? Where are you even?
Oh,
what beach are you on?
No, we're on vacation in Guandara. But your mom said that you were on a vacation, and I told her, no, you weren't on a vacation. And don't worry, I brought all of my research with me.
I was hoping for a break from that. Whatever, it's...
And don't worry about the temple. It is being taken good care of by Gideandra in our stead. You know, she is stern and merciless, but she keeps it tight shit. No pun intended.
No, I'll ignore that. Anything new pop up with the research you've done?
Not anything quite relevant. More so just the story of the past person who was a gate to the Dreaming Dock and the Quori, all of that. And they were much older than you, much more experienced and much more time in meditation and connection with the Quori spirit. So I do believe that the Dungeon Sphere is amplifying that.
Oh, that's relief.
Your mom then turns to the mirror and says, "Look, honey," and shows that there's a empty chair next to them. We've been putting a mirror there, and it's almost like you're on vacation with us. See? And then she puts the mirror on it, and you're like looking out at the beach again. Sweetie,
I know she means well, but please just tell her to stop.
She's in emotional distress. Please stop.
She's in emotional distress. Ah, wonderful. I'm so happy for her.
He was saying that to your mom, I think.
He was whispering that to your mom, and you're hearing it in the peripherals of the mirror.
I still have an attitude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there just so happened to be someone who donated this vacation to the church, specifically to us, and so we had to take it.
Who donated it?
Oh, we don't know. It's just an anonymous person. We get anonymous donations all the time.
That doesn't... Something weird is going on, Dad. I don't know what.
What do you mean?
Well, just... Moxie
They turn the
talked
chair
with
so it's facing you. Or
Moxie.
facing them.
Talked with
Sorry.
Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff with her that I need to check in with her on. There's a lot between Umbran and Braenna, and I'm sure Vrexil is dealing with everything. Just the... I don't know when this ends. I don't know if it ends.
Well.
And I don't know...
Well.
Team Empyrean is making me very nervous. I don't know what connections they have, but Normox seems like the type that whatever she's associated with, she'll be merciless in ending whatever, and she doesn't seem to be afraid of hurting anybody. And I don't know what other connections there are. I don't even know if I can trust.
But, I mean, if you're putting together a team to go into the dungeon spheres and merciless and relentless, like the exact sort of person that you want on your team.
But
I know
that's...
it's a lot. You're dealing with a lot right now, so I'm not trying to undermine that.
Well, you're doing a great job with that, aren't you?
Yes.
Look, just... if anything big pops up, just let me know. I worry about a lot, and I just don't want to lose either of you.
In the mirror, or your mom like gets her face in the mirror. Oh, sweetie. So, your father's been doing research, but I've also been doing research, and if you didn't know, my dissertation when I was graduating from university was on spiritual curses. So I've been digging into that again.
Did you see that they gave me a whole library on curses?
Yes.
Was that you?
No.
Did you have a similar library, though?
I did.
Okay, so that runs in the family. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Here I thought I took after Dad all these years.
No, I am actually quite brilliant too.
No, I know. I wasn't saying that you're not brilliant. I'm just saying I am my father's child. I'm also your child, but I'm much closer to Dad than I am. We're close, but it's in a different way. Much in the way that you really
got my looks.
get under my skin.
You got my looks, and you got
get
your father's sense of pride and compassion.
Anyway, your spiritual curses, what happened with that?
Your friend Braenna, her brother.
Yep.
Yes. So his curse, I don't know what the curse is, but I have been watching a lot. Concerns about him coming back, memories and such, and I will confirm that there are issues with memories when coming back from such a perilous state. When a soul isn't put to rest in a peaceful manner, it really does affect the soul, its composition, and its ability to return. The issue being that a lot of resurrection spells require a willing spirit to come back. And if a spirit is so lost, or so their identity is so eroded, sometimes they're not willing simply out of confusion. Are you tracking?
Does it look like I'm just sitting here with my thumbs just twiddling about? No, I have parchment and a quill in front of me, and I'm being the good student that you wanted me to be.
I was always told that you should check in to make sure that they're understanding, just in case.
I've been following it. We think it has something to do with an archdevil that the Hammerlocks prayed to at a certain point. If it's a demonic connection in that way, it's causing a fog just like the seas that are around us.
Yes.
If that's the case, we got a candle that guides.
Yes. If that candle, if you guide the spirit out of the fogs to a place where they're no longer afflicted by that sort of domain, you essentially need to reconstruct their identity. How you do that varies from spirit to spirit, but it has to be robust. It's almost like a puzzle. You have to put every piece back together, or else it is not complete. How you do that with the current predicament, I am unsure of, but there are some items out there and some things that you can procure where a soul can be stored inside, and then you can carry that soul with you until you get the necessary puzzle pieces, put it together, and then bring about the resurrection.
Is one of those a lantern?
A lantern? A ghost lantern?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ludilius has them in his shop.
Unfortunately, that is a prison for a ghost. I'm thinking more along the lines of a ring of mind shielding. Because that stores souls. I mean, you have to die while wearing it for it to, like, necessarily happen, but there might be ways around that. There is one other way.
Okay.
To completely bring back a soul. It's the law of equivalent exchange. A soul for a soul. So, as a last resort, someone with a deep connection to the soul, the spirit that has been lost, torn apart, cursed, afflicted, if there is a self-sacrifice from that person who is very, very deeply connected and intertwined with the soul, then that's equivalent exchange. And it will work. It is actually guaranteed to work. If you have the proper, like, resurrection spell or item or something, of course. No, I'm sorry that we upset you. I hope this helps.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I'm trying to stay very optimistic, because at the end of the day, I'm very scared for you.
I know.
And
I'm scared for everybody here, too. And me. I don't want to die yet. Are you kidding me?
I don't think you'll die.
That's not the plan, at least.
And Canari, remember, there are 5 of you, but you have a 6th team member inside of you. A Quari spirit, and it's there. The one who knows you the most, the deepest. Utilize that. Even though we, as the Kalashtar, are unable to communicate with Quari spirits and such, you have the unique opportunity to. So, as soon as you get out of the dungeon sphere, we are going to take you to Guandara, because it is fantastic here, and it is a wonderful place to clear our minds and be able to focus and yeah.
That's not out of character question. That's not like near the borderlands, is it? Where
No, it's in the middle of the ocean.
Okay, thank God.
It was based on Guam.
Oh, nice. Nice. Cool. Yeah, Canari just goes, yeah, that'd be lovely. I just want to make it through at this point. I don't know if I'll catch up to Hydra. Have you heard anything of them? Have you been watching? Do they have any idea of what level 4 is?
Your mother stopped watching the other teams. Right after Vrexil gave you that ring, she was very invested. In your team only. She's been
Blessing and a
writing.
curse.
She's been writing. Don't tell her about the writing.
Okay, goodbye. Love you both. I'll
It's
talk to you
basically
next.
fan fiction.
No, we're done. We're done. We're done.
It's really awful.
I'm gonna send you some mushrooms from a deep dragon. Use them with what you will.
Oh, goody,
Goodbye.
thank you. Okay, bye. You're perfect. I love you so much.
Love you too, Mom. Bye, Dad. Love you, Dad.
Goodbye. I love you.
Don't get sunburned.
Already am.
Oh, God. That ends there.
And then we'll end it there for tonight. That emotional roller coaster of an episode.
What
So many
the
things
fuck?
happening.
Oh
So
my
many
gosh.
questions. So
And I
many-
have them all tied together.
What?
Drama.
Crazy.
Rain of Iron Shield.
Or like a similar object. There's
No, I know. I'm just like. I gotta
Or
make
Braenna
another
can
ritual?
self-sacrifice.
Fuck, that was
Not-
legit what was going through my head. Like, fuck, god damn it. Okay.
We don't tell Braenna that's an option yet.
No. No, I was just gonna be like, hey, so you know that beautiful heart-to-heart? There's a way to get your brother back. It's probably the most reckless way, but why not? We are
Excuse me.
known for our caution in the Team Reaper.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
So to
goodness.
recap,
What?
Vrexil and his mom's relationship is strained and confusing.
I'm
Braenna's-
sorry. I think it's really confusing that Canari's own mom is writing fan fiction about her. Whatever.
I do like that her mom's a MILF, but her mom's not as much of a bimbo as we thought. That's fun.
Yeah.
That character twist.
She's like Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents, where she's mostly a bimbo, and then she has like
She has those things.
those like moments of clarity
Yeah.
where it's like, well, and I mean, I knew my mom was smart, but like, oh my god, my fantasy
dad-
mom is smart.
Your dad doesn't have any connection to like spirits or curses. He's just like the religion.
Yeah,
But your mom
which
is
is
like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Braenna's dad thinks that she gets bratty when she drinks.
It's true. It's true.
Proven.
And we're throwing wrenches into everything. Who's Cordelia Lovelace?
Yeah.
Find out next time.
Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate you. Hit that follow if you haven't already. Remember the rest. Subscribe if you're so inclined. And bye.
Tune in January 31st for Fountains of Passapasara.
That too.
I'm
Bye.
gonna be 12 and my-